Okay, so again, we have mysterious fog. Yep, mysterious fog again, right? It's warmer than yesterday. Yesterday, it stayed in about the 40s and 50s. And yeah, we got the mysterious fog today. The fog's so thick that it feels like rain. Well, it feels like sprinkles. I'm gonna try to see if I could get me some cough drops. I'm thinking I need to get me some cough drops because I keep coughing. I mean, my symptoms, my symptoms don't feel awful, right? Yeah, I have an occasional, need to blow my nose. I have more bouts of coughing and spitting up mucus, but all in all, I feel good. Okay. Turn this heat. Let me turn off this seat heat. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how come I got in my car and I was like, what? I'm at 50%. What? Couldn't figure it out, but I had my defroster on. I had the seat on because the last time I was in the car, it was very cold. Yes, it was. So I didn't do much, all week. Just rested. Tried to stick to my diet and my exercise routine. Today I have eggs and hot links and yogurt and protein cereal. I brought some nuts to snack on and some beef sticks, like beef jerky to eat, but not beef jerky. This is like pepperoni sticks, but they're made out of beef, and it's not pepperoni. So yeah, I'm getting ready to stop off here to try to get me some cough drops. I tried to clean my tongue off today. Hold on. Okay. I went in and got me some cough drops. And I couldn't resist getting me some wings. So I got me some wings too. It's like, no problem, Cherie. No problem. I'm So I got a little mad this week because some people they got that detective ability like Inspector Gadget. And, and their intuition says, hey, go check that out. I know about these things because I too operate that way. Right? It's like those little intuitive nudges that give you these leads out of nowhere. These little tidbits of information. So, what I decided to do was change my name, right? Because there's a lot of people that will watch your content, but they won't subscribe, and they'll just pull up your channel by the name, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I do that too, right? So I went ahead and changed my channel because I'm not really getting any new subscribers, right? So what difference does it make if I change my name or not? My subscribers, they're gonna get my content regardless, but not non-subscribers. Okay? So, yeah. I think I changed it on all of my channels. Yeah, I did. I changed it on all of my channels. It might even be the slightest little change. The reason why is because from what I can see, the algorithm will mess you up. Like, I even had a hard time finding my own channel doing a search. And I'm like, that don't make no sense. And then when I tried to use the the search, it was pulling up like the fruit cherry, right? And I'm like, okay. So you really have to pick the right name so that when you tell people your channel, it doesn't pop up on the algorithm as anything else but yours. Now, there's a whole lot of bombarding of the same words on the internet, right? Especially words like spiritual, consciousness, journey, narcissist, anything where people think that they can jump on the internet bandwagon. And you can't blame them, because a lot of them, they put themselves out there, right? And they're like, I ain't going back into no office and work for the man. They consider themselves a content creator. And they are. And they are. And the great thing about that is, they don't have to go through some of the bullshit that, content creators, not content creators, but artists would have to go through, in order to at least have a chance. Right? I've seen people, they'll get their break in less than 4 months. And then others, they might take 40 months to get their break. Right? But the main people that succeed, as a content creator, they have to be passionate or very enthusiastic about what they're trying to do. Look at this fool back here. He got his bright lights on. He's all pissed off at 6:30 in the morning. Cause I don't know. Oh, it's a truck. Yeah, whatever. But it's foggy as hell out here. See? It is foggy as hell out here. Okay? And I broke my camera holder that I had attached to my rear view mirror. I broke it. Kind of sad about that. That means I had to hold it with my hand in order to give you content. The fog's so thick out here that it feels like rain again. I was feeling a little sad yesterday because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I might not be able to leave the way I want to leave. Then I watched this video where this lady, had the feeling that, she was feeling insignificant and a non-factor to the job that she worked at for 12 years. And they had always included her in on new hires and stuff for their building, for their department. And when she told him that this isn't the usual way that, they do things, And the owner, well, one of the owners that spoke with her said that doesn't matter. So because he said that doesn't matter, she took it to heart that she didn't matter no longer to the company. And that evening, she decided to write up a letter of resignation, and was going to leave the company. Well, the company didn't figure out on her doing that, and they were like, we'll give you a bonus if you stay 3 months more. And she was like, oh yeah, 3 months, sure, I'll stay 3 months longer, take the bonus, and help train a new person to take over my responsibilities and duties. She exactly knew what the fuck was going on, They wasn't asking her to stay for 3 months. Because they loved her. They were asking her to stay for 3 months to help train somebody else, or so that somebody else can shadow work her, and that way they can be trained, right? So anyway, this lady was just turning 62. I think she's going to be 63 this year, so she probably already put in or she's going to put in for, early retirement, and then, just do YouTube, part-time. But, she's not going to be in the same position like, say, if I was to do that, because a lot of people don't understand that when you take early retirement, they'll treat you like you're a welfare recipient, and whatever you make beyond your benefits payout, they'll deduct off of your benefits. It's not the same when you're fully retired. Now, she's younger than me, and her full retirement age is 67. My full retirement age is 65. So, like, say my YouTube channel starts to take off, in September or October, right? Well, I'll only have a deduction for 4 months, right? After that, I'll be fully vested as a senior citizen. Okay, fully vested. I'll be a graduating senior citizen, right? Right now, well, this year, I'm going to become a senior in the School of Senior Citizenship, right? There's a lot of people out on the road on a Saturday morning. Oh my God. Yeah. It's like people got to get their hustle on, and they got to get it. They got to go get it. or else start losing some things. And you gotta at least try to go get it before you start losing some things, right? But getting back to what I was talking about, right? I kind of wanted to be able to restore the house, sell the house, because I know my kids don't want the house. They just don't want it. You know, but the way things are changing in other countries, you know, kind of, you know, make me a little bit weary about making hasty decisions. Right? I mean, technically, I feel like as far as things go, you know, I'm probably in one of the safest places in America to be at. And because I got here early, you know, I didn't have to suffer, you know, the inflated rates and prices that, you know, is going on right now. In other words, you know, I was able to get my house for a reasonable price. I was able to get a job. And the job was paying me fairly good for the wages at that time. And the one thing that kind of surprised me is as I was leaving AT&T, that AT&T had restructured their payment schedules. And I was like, what? You know, AT&T is, you know, is not the best place to work at anymore. Right? It's a job. And that's all it is. It's a job. Right? And you know, because I was really shocked that, you know, that people weren't even given, you know, $2,000 a month to live off of. I was like, AT&T not even giving $2,000 a month for their employees? What is this, you know? But I mean, I cannot even tell you how many times I've been shocked and appalled by what these motherfuckers are doing out here with their greed and I don't know. I just want to say cognitive dissonance, because I don't know where they think that greed is going to get them. Right? Because it definitely is going to take you to hell. It just is. So decided to take the freeway to work today. You know, I didn't want no problems with railroad tracks or taking longer than usual. And I really get tired. Tired of people, you know, that get on your ass, you know, and want to force you to go faster. And there's other lanes that they could just move around, you know. Then you have speed demons like the one that just passed me. You know, he's going about 90, between 80 and 90, depending on how much the traffic opens up. So, and here's the sad part about it. The sad part about it is the people who are greedy, it's the men, right? They're greedy for women. You know, they cast their pearl among swine. Then they get mad because when they finally want to settle down and have a family, you know, they've already depleted so many families from, you know, having sex with their daughters and maybe even their sons, that, you know, they have to do corrupt things in order to survive. And they refuse to believe that, you know, there are consequences for your actions. Right? They can only understand the consequences for your actions like on the, you know, on the base level, right? But they don't understand it, you know, that same theory applies to every aspect of your life. Spiritual, mental, physical. But for whatever reason, they don't want to believe that. And, you know, of course, I'm like, how could you not believe it? You know, and then some of them would try to argue, well, you know, this is how man sees things. And it's just like, okay, well, use your philosophical abilities and discernment and actually think about, analyze, you know, what natural law is and why would natural law be important. Yeah, we're going to have man law. We're going to have that. But there's actual, you know, spiritual law, which is the natural law. So, but, you know, some of them, they just, they can't use their brains. They can't think, you know, they're on automatic. Then they get mad when people call them lost or, you know, Pub had said something like, yeah, these guys, they've been at Arrested Development since the time that, you know, they suffered their first trauma. And they've never gotten healed. It's like, sure, that's for real. Arrested Development. You know, and it's weird that you have to call it Arrested Development. You can't call it retarded no more because it's offensive. And I'm like, how is saying something is what it is offensive. So, I did a post, discussing what a generational curse breaker is. Right? I don't know how you could be a generational curse breaker and not be slated for the 144 chosen. I just don't see it, right? Now, if you make it, that's different, because it's very, 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 very difficult to be a generational curse breaker. This is where you're breaking all of the curses that your family has experienced over the generations. Right? Some people, they can't handle today's wrath, much less the wrath of 30, 60, 90, 120 years. Okay? I'm glad I stopped off and got that cough drops. Those cough drops made me feel so much better. Do I think I'm a generational curse breaker? Yes. General curse breakers are chosen by the ancestral family to be the generational curse breakers. It's not something that you can just claim to be. You can't claim to be a generational curse breaker. You have to be ordained by the ancestors. And you will know if you were going to be a generational curse breakers, because at every turn you would have had people tell you, don't do this, don't ever do that, learn this, learn that, and you'll see that a lot of times the curse breakers, they have a very unique life. Very unique. Right? Not only are they the black sheep, but their life ends up being very unique. Now, that's not to say that you don't want to help your family, because you should be wanting to help your family. You should be wanting to help human beings in general. So that we all can live a better life. But yeah. Getting back to what I was going to tell you is that I'm thinking I might have to leave the country early. But it's scary to leave the country early because of everything that is going on. But then again, it's because of everything that is going on that makes it important to leave the country. Yep, catch-22 for real. Catch-22 for real. I've been hearing a lot of gurgling in my lungs, and it's causing me to think about the grandmother that I never met. The grandmother that I never met, she died of pneumonia. And she was slandered as being a drunk. And I guess it was told to the family that she died drunk and of pneumonia. Right? And I was thinking about that even as I'm suffering, with having, gurgles and stuff in my lungs. And I'm thinking to myself, back then, if you didn't have, heat or, a proper domicile when it's cold, then it would make sense that, people have the tendency to use alcohol as a medicine. Not only will it help you to forget, your discomfort, but their ideal would be that if they get the alcohol in their system, that they would be less likely to freeze. You understand? Because that was one of the things I was thinking. I was like, wow, what can I take, to rid myself of this mucus in my throat and in my lungs? That's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, well, today we're going to at least, try some cough drops. Right? We've been taking the cold, flu, and cough, medicine. We've taken the antibiotics, and, I'm still having gurgling sounds come out of my lungs. So I am kind of concerned that I might have pneumonia, which is one of the reasons why I rested all week and did not go outside. However, because I don't have, central heating, and the only place that, I keep it warm is in my room, sometimes even that's not enough. Because the type of cold weather is beyond Arctic blast. I'm telling you, it's almost as if it's manufactured cold. And maybe they don't associate the accumulation of such chemicals being dispensed into the world, accumulating over time, and getting into the atmosphere. And maybe they kind of intuitively know that that could possibly be it. Because just about everything gets flash frozen, right? Our vegetables, they get flash frozen. Our fruits, they get flash frozen. Some of our meats, they get flash frozen. And so many people have been challenging themselves to be able to live in, freezing and sub-freezing temperatures. Hold on. Right? You'll have a lot of people who feel like, maybe their ancestry comes from Europe, and in Europe, it's very cold there. So they may feel like, they have a chance of survival, better than everybody else. That could be true. I mean, let's face it, their nasal areas is more closed off than ours. They have hair, designed to keep their body warm. Whereas black people, they have flared nostrils because of the heat. And, their hair is curly and wavy to get off of their bodies, so it doesn't cause them to overheat. So, okay, Grand Rising Exoticas. Grand Rising, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. I pray that, your day goes without a wreck in any aspect. Also, according to my birth chart, my husband is supposed to be an Aquarius. So I don't know why, earth signs, they just cater to me. But, you cater to me, and then, you insult me because you know that I have a lot of air in my chart. What the fuck? Leave me the fuck alone. Right? I do have a trine of earth in my chart. Right? All three elements. And I also obtained all four of the fixed signs. Take it for what it's worth. Right? You just can't be walking around here thinking that you can overrule God's creativity. You have to stop. You just really have to stop, because you're looking a little stupid right now. You look real dumb right now. I'm not going back to the past. It's sad the way, these men try to entrap women, and then they get mad when they trap these women, and they're like, but you don't love me. Like, but you trapped me. Yeah, I trapped you because I loved you. And it's just like, you're sick. You're sick. You don't trap people you love. You lust me. You need to know the difference between lust and love. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'll get back with you later. Bye.